And what is going on, guys? This is AllEliteRuby for Wolfpack Productions, where you can make sure big things pop and little things stopping. And today, Robocop vs. Terminator on Genesis. Now, I actually did the NES Robocop not long ago. But this is the first time I've actually done Robocop vs. Terminator, so let's get it cracking right into the game. Remember, and shockingly, the Terminator's the end boss in this game. He's the bad guy. Robocop's the good guy. Let's see how we do. Now, when you have more than two weapons, A is going to be the one to take your weapon down, and B shoots, C jumps. Or A is switch weapons. And you notice right off the bat that the enemies die in one hit. Except for the bosses, they take another amount of hit. They take more hits to die than do the regular enemies. And to be honest, everything looks pretty good here graphically for a Genesis game. This is one of those games where you would think it'd be pushing the hardware limits, but it doesn't look to be. Robocop's character sprite looks pretty good. You'll see the bosses look great when we get there, and the actual regular enemies look pretty good too. See, there's the first boss right there. We come down with a couple of rockets. I prefer using the pistol. It's quicker. May not be as powerful, but it's got more ammo. Now, stage 2 is where it's going to start getting a little harder. You have to find and rescue the hostages that Terminator's taken. Alongside exterminating all his goons. See, right up there in the white, that's a hostage. I love that little freedom pose they do. It's the same thing that they do in Batman for... Oh my god. Did they get the idea from the Batman Forever hostage rescue pose? Probably. Not that that's a bad thing. But the only thing is, the Batman Forever is terrible, but that's another story for another time. Like I said, the music is really the only thing that I would count down for if I were grading it. If I were still grading this. If I still graded games. You could just hold B and then start firing at will if you wanted to. In fact, I suggest doing that. And being able to shoot up and diagonally is pretty useful as well, as you see there with the screen. And there's our second boss sprite. That was way too easy. I think that's a mini-boss, though. It can't be the real thing. It can be that easy to take off. But I'm seriously thinking it's because the gun is overpowered. There's the real boss. Still proof the gun is overpowered. I can take this guy's head off before he even gets a shot off on me if I want to, and then the level's over. But he keeps popping back up. That's the problem. He should be dead. I dare you to pop up again. The shootout. Just shoot him right in the head. Indeed he is. Now I have to comment on the voice samples. These are actually pretty good for a Genesis game. Genesis is not really well known for good voice samples. Really, neither is Super Nintendo. Speaking of which, there is a Super Nintendo version. We'll get to that in another video. Nice, new gun. We hop up here. This controls very smoothly, actually. I like the way this plays, actually. Even if you are slipping off platforms, it doesn't happen very much. It's easy to control where you're going, which is always a plus in games like this. And this game doesn't make it hard to know where to go. Again, that's something very useful in a game like this. My only take with the Robocop character is I wish he could move a little bit faster, but And also, I don't know if I've commented on this, but I love the deaths that the other guys use. What, like right there, they explode into blood, which for some reason I think that's pretty funny and it's pretty cool, to be honest. Enemies seem to die in one hit, while the bosses don't. It almost feels like they rush the enemy hitboxes, because it takes multiple hits, like I said, for the bosses to die, which is fair, I guess. But you can kill the enemies in one hit. Like that. Well, most enemies you can. The hanging ones that you run into from time to time will take multiple hits. The human enemies, for the most part, can be killed in one hit, like you saw there. Most of those sirens also have weapons behind them, so make sure you check them all, or some health or whatever things you may need. So again, make sure to check that. See, we found a gun behind that one. It's my favorite one. What I call the Contra gun, the spread gun. But just remember, you lose all your guns when you die, too, so... There's another life over there. I gotta figure out how to get to it. Ah, take the zip. Take the wire over here. Okay, I didn't even see that enemy. Boss down. Let's see what we're... Alright, so we're gonna play one more round of this level. Now, do I suggest you go out and get this? Yeah, I do, actually. It's pretty cheap, and it's a pretty good pickup. I mean, I want to copy this. I saw this at my local retro game store before they went out of business, and now that I played it, I'm kind of upset at myself for not picking it up, because I haven't seen a copy since. And it is a pretty cheap game, so I'd go for it. Yep, we got our lives back. Because reason I recommend this, it's a very good shooter slash platformer. It's a very good action game for those that are into action games like I am. Not too hard, not too easy, just right on the difficulty. Oh, that idiot's lucky I don't have a spread gun. I can always get it back, but we're at the boss, so it's a little too late. How did he pick me off in midair? That didn't seem fair at all. For you wrestling fans, I'm convinced this robot is modern day Roman Reigns. He's unbeatable. He's Roman Reigns, my Sami Zayn, and that'll be the last thing I'm saying about this game, because that'll be it for today. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again for more action later on. Bye-bye, everybody.